Hello, everyone. Tashina here, your favorite holistic business coach. And I'm excited to bring you some bonus information on NFT basics. So this week, we are talking about how to successfully promote and sell your NFTs. So if this is the first time for you, you want to have all the resources possible. So I have one of my new friends, David List, with me, and he has created an amazing tool that is going to help you tackle this and sell your NFTs with a lot more ease. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to him and ask him a few questions. So first of all, can you tell us what the tool is?
Hey Tashina, how you going? So Whitelistr is the platform, and it connects NFT creators and collectors on one big whitelist. So it's essentially a way for you to get early adopters to your project.
So, okay, I'm NFT basics. So how would you explain what is a whitelist to just like the average person coming into this space?
I mean, a whitelist is essentially just a pre-sale list for your project. So people that might be early investors in your project that really believe in what you're doing. And for that, they might get rewarded with a cheap price or sometimes even just free airdrops or something like that.
Sounds good. So why did you create Whitelistr?
Well, the traditional, I think we're talking to the basic NFT creators here at the moment. So the early days within the NFT space and currently at the moment, whitelists usually exists on a Discord server or can be on some other platforms, but traditionally on Discord, and you would have to go into a Discord, join their community or their server, and then you'd have to sort of jump through a lot of different hoops. A lot of them ask you to sort of invite maybe 10 people in there, spam a whole heap of people. And I was investing early 21, and I just found it's really intrusive, and I didn't like doing things like that. I just thought I believed in the project. How else could I sort of get onto their whitelist? So that's how I came up with Whitelistr. I thought, well, why couldn't I just submit my details, my interests about what I like about NFTs, and then the projects could come to me. They could look me up and say, oh, David really likes anime, and he's on, OpenSea. I can see that, and he's got his address in there. Why don't I just drop maybe one of his NFTs? I'll let him know, and hopefully he can sort of become part of my community.
Sounds good. And so for those that watch this, in the previous lesson, I did talk about Discord, but just from a very basic level, Discord is just another app and it has a lot of channels. And I know for me, and a person who's already in the Web2 space, and I have Instagram and I have Twitter, and I would communicate with my people in other states and countries via WhatsApp, and I have Facebook. It was like when people were like, now you got to go get this app. I was like, another app. Or even just like for the basic person that might not even have that app on room for that app on their phone. So yeah, I can totally get down with and understand, I think you have it somewhere. You're saving people from Discord fatigue. Cause I do feel like there's some days where I'm like, I just can't go on Discord today. I got all this other stuff I gotta do. So
it can be incredibly intrusive. It's a very intimate setting a lot of the time, but you often have lots of different servers set up. So just trying to interact with all of them separately it's a real brain drain, really.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, let me go ahead and share my screen so we can show them where they would go to use this. So this is just usually accessible from a PC, a laptop, or on somebody's phone, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So I think I
zoom
might
out. Can you zoom out a little bit on that one, or is that looks like it's a bit zoomed in, no?
I don't know how to zoom out.
Control and then scroll wheel. Yeah.
You said control.
Have you got a mouse?
I don't have a mouse.
That's okay. That's all right. Well, let's go with this. I can zoom in a little bit. It'll work fine.
This is why I have smarter people help me all the time because, yeah, my tech skills are low. Okay,
Um,
so here it says become a whitelister.
yeah, right. So both of these links will take you to immediately to a sign up page. Essentially,
Okay.
just this is all because it's designed for um, startups or one-on-one solo people, maybe not so familiar with Web3. It's all very Web2. It's very
Right.
familiar. You just sign up with either your Google account, or you can sign up just with your email, and so you
Sounds
can either
good.
click on one of those. So this here's an interesting thing that I added, the whitelist highlights on the homepage here. And this is, as we get more people signing up, I'm getting a little bit of data come through as to what whitelisters, which are NFT collectors, sort of what their favorite sort of things are. So I just put these highlights here. So the most popular collection are V friends from people. And then the majority of collectors are at the moment all types of collectors, because I suppose we're just so early, and
Right.
everyone just wants to collect everything, but there are people that are specifically targeting certain type of niches. And then I don't think it's any surprise that OpenSea is the top marketplace.
Right. Right. Yep. We've mentioned that several times.
Yeah. Right. So this is, so each month I pick a set of projects that sort of meet these tags or categories. So top pick, good cause, and dark horse. So dark horse is somebody that I think a project might actually outperform. So for the month of March, I've chosen these, and these all come from the Mintlist. And the Mintlist is essentially where you can just drop your project in there with all the details. And it's actually up on the top banner there, you can see. So
Hmm.
if I was a collector, I can go in and search from the whole list to see what I might like. And then I could probably go into my profile, which I'm sure we'll get into later, and then list that down as my favorite project. And then maybe they might reach out to me. So we can get into the mint list a bit later.
Yep.
And this is so when I created Whitelistr, it was really around one-on-one artists, really trying
Hmm.
to support artists. So I created this blog called Artist Spotlight, where I'm interviewing artists and how they got into NFTs and all sort of stuff like that. So it's really fascinating. So this was my second one I did with Ryan Maloney. He's an awesome guy. He's got Crunchy Cow's NFT collection.
Hmm.
So that's all filmed on Zoom, so you can go in there and check it out. And if you want to, if you feel like you want to be part of the spotlight, you just need to drop your collection on the min list, and I'll get in contact with you.
Sounds good.
Right. So this section is just a counter.
Hmm.
So the amount of, we'll get into sort of active whitelisters, I think, when we get into the members area, but essentially it's like you can sign up to the website, but to become an active whitelister, you need to sort of activate your account inside there and fill out some details. And the projects on the mint list is 80 currently, so we're still early days.
Got it.
And this is just a brief explainer about what the whole website is about. But I do have a little bit, if you scroll down, I've just got, the other day I added a tutorial about how to do all this. So I think that's probably a little bit more intuitive, a bit more information in there. So I would encourage people to go and just check that out if they're not familiar with what Whitelistr is. And this is me.
Yep.
This
About
is the
you. You gotta have that. For
yeah,
sure.
this is me. All right, so I've got a little brief roadmap here. So the most important thing about Whitelistr is that you're going to be dropped onto, if you sign up as a whitelister, you'll be dropped onto a list. And that list can be accessed by anyone that subscribes to the list. So that would be projects. So if you're an NFT project and you want to get access to all of the whitelisters that have signed up to whitelistr.io. You will have to pay a small fee to become and subscribe, but then you get access to everyone on the whitelist. So, but that whitelist won't be opened up until we hit 1,000 activated members. So that's what I got. The next one in the roadmap was Minters can subscribe and access the whitelist. So we've also got, I've got some plans in the works. Once we hit our 1,000 whitelisters, activated whitelisters, I will be releasing some sort of benefits for the for all the whitelisters. I call them prime listers because you're early adopters of the program. So I know this might be targeted towards maybe NFT projects, but you can also be a project and you can be a whitelister as well. And I think I'll be doing that in a form of a DAO. So I don't know want to get too deep in it, but it would be a DAO, and then you would all contribute and probably actually almost definitely get a share of the profits of Whitelistr as well. So
Got it. Well, awesome, awesome, awesome. So with that, I will head back up to the top. So this is where we start, become a whitelister. And I think that I already tried to sign up, so we'll see.
if you go, yeah, log in, yeah.
Log in with Google, because that's what I like to do. I like to make it easy for myself.
Lots of people that do that, yeah, for sure. Here you are.
There I am. Okay.
So I've actually updated this a little bit since the last time I had done it on my tutorial. Just got a bit more feedback on the UI. People thought this might be a little bit more user-friendly, so we've just changed it up a little bit, but it's all the same stuff. So essentially here you're in your account or your profile. So this is all very private information. So I don't know if you put in like your address or anything to Sheena. You don't want to show you got your emails in there. So
yeah, my emails are in there.
Yeah. So you can put all sorts of stuff in there. So this is also connects to a community backend as well. So when I release blogs, you can interact with blogs like and then comment and things like that. Not really a main part of the website, but you can certainly do that if you like.
Okay.
And then also you can add a visibility to your profile if you want to become like visible on the whole platform, and people can interact with that. So you've got make profile private, so you're currently public, which is cool.
Yep.
So next one along, what I might do is if you go straight up to Sheena,
yep,
to this bar up the top here, this is only in the members area. So if we go to Whitelistr activation, which is, yep. Right, so this is where you will sign and agree to the terms of service essentially, because you're releasing your data to a list. So this is you, once you sign this, so I won't get you to sign it actually, and go to Whitelistr profile up the top, which would be, yep, that one there. And there should be an error come up. So you're not activated. And to enable this form, you're going to need to go and sign and then go and fill out all your details. So you don't have to do it now, but essentially you'll sign it and then you get active. You'll activate this form and then you can fill it out and edit it whenever you like. So all these details in here. And the design around this was that you could be as anonymous or public as you really liked within the whitelist. So you can change your name, your nickname. You don't have to have an email account listed, or you can have a different email account listed. So this will all be public to the whitelist. The other profile originally that we saw, that's just specifically for internally for whitelistr.io. So for our records. So these are all the questions. This is like a survey where you go through, you know, how many NFTs have you had before? Which quite interestingly, a lot of people that are signing up to this are kind of spread across the board. I've got some people that have had some insane purchases of NFTs. I would say the vast majority only have 1 to 10. Some have none. They're interested in Whitelistr and they're just signing up. So yeah, it's quite interesting.
So I was introduced to the concept of NFT and thought it could work for me in December, and now I have 14 NFTs.
Oh, nice one.
Well, I got a bonus from my day job. So like, part of that, most of it went to pay off my bills.
Yes.
But part of it went to investing in cryptocurrency and NFTs.
I think it's an interesting point that you make, is that particularly if you are just getting into NFTs, even if you purchase a really, really low cost NFT that maybe you're not even like, just going through the process is so good to understand exactly what it means to sign on your MetaMask and things like that. So I don't encourage people to load up maybe your wallet and just purchase one really cheap NFT.
I second that, because now that helped me understand that I needed to know what different blockchains are and things like that. Because
Exactly.
I I have one that I purchased that was for a good cause. I have jelly dudes, right? And that's when I understood, oh, well, I might need another wallet and I might need this different cryptocurrency. And I actually recorded that when someone walked me through that. And then, once I purchased like my first NFT on OpenSea, then I went to go purchase another one, which wasn't necessarily one that I was like, oh, I love this art, but a kid came into a space and told me his story, and I was like, oh, I have to support him, and it was really cheap. And so I was like, oh, it's easy now. Now this is the easy thing to do. I can do it really quickly. So I would definitely second that.
So these are just these questions. Once you open it up, all these will become available. But essentially, like what metaverses you're interested in, really just broad questions to get a feel for what you like. And then these are all the wallet. If you've got wallets, the vast majority of people will have a MetaMask wallet, and essentially, I've made it mandatory that you put down a MetaMask wallet address as a basic thing. So there are a couple of more wallets out there, and I have had requests for different wallets to be added as well. So you can always reach out for an email down the bottom, and I'm happy to put it in there. So once you're all done, you just save and update, and then that'll go into our database.
Cool. Yeah, I now have my Coinbase wallet and my Phantom wallet. So
Phantom for Solana, very good.
Yes.
Nice ones. Yeah, look at you go, Tashina. I like it.
Yeah.
So sorry.
No, we can move on.
So if you're an NFT project, so you want to jump on in here and all you really want to do is submit a collection, you can go to submit collections. And down in here, this is all open. You don't need to sign anything. And essentially you're just adding your project. So your project collection name, and you can add as many collections to your profile as you like. So if you've got many different projects, you can put them in. So the link, if you've got a lot of people like to put their OpenSea link in there rather than, like, if you've got a website, a lot of people have a website, pop that in there. Just a brief description, and then sort of about when you're minting, the drop date. If you've already dropped, that's fine. Just put like backdated or something like that. What sort of, drop type is it? All these different things. So that's just information for people coming on as to what exactly you're all about, essentially. So just trying to aggregate all these collections and projects together so we can also benefit as a community. And then if you go to more on the side, say you've already submitted, you can go to manage collections. And I'm not sure there won't be anything in there because you haven't selected anything.
Right.
Yeah. So, but when you do, your collection will essentially look exactly the same. And you can select through them going next or previous item, essentially, if you've got multiple different collections drop there. So that's essentially the whole members. I've got a little members help icon there as well. if you feel like you're getting lost, you can jump in there and just should get a little sidebar or light box pop up. The other thing, I reckon we might just jump straight into the whitelist on the top there. What do you reckon?
Sounds good.
So this is a mock-up. It says it's example data only, and it's what it would look like to you and the rest of the community if you signed up and were to access this this group of whitelisters. So you could filter out as, I'm not sure how some people might use this, but I always say the best use case for me would be, I want to look up people that are related to the certain style of my NFT collection. And then also, you know, if they've put my collection as their favorite collection, because that would be a good indication, I would say.
Right.
So you might have a really small group of people on social media and say, you know, could you jump on to Whitelistr and then all fill out the favorite collection as me, and then try and sort of bump that up to make sure there's a bit more visibility for me. That would be fantastic. And then you've got a group of people within there, and you can capture their wallets and everything like that all in one list. So you may want to target people that are just in the US for some reason. It's all kind of up to you how you use it. We've got a bunch of advanced filters down here as well. There's a lot of different things that you can do to filter down if you like, and you can sort as well by name and things like that. So really try to make it as detailed and interactive as possible.
Nice.
So these are the group data. It's just a bunch of random data I've popped in there.
Right.
So but it's at the moment, it will, once we open up, it'll just be all the whitelisters in there. So we might move on to the mint list, and this is where you would drop your the result of dropping your collection in the members area. So if you go down, so this is similar, where you could sort of, it's just got a couple of little filters up top there, and you'll notice that I've got is approved as well. I might talk about that later. So by default is approved. But if you scroll down a bit, Tashina, until you get to continue going down, this is typically zoomed out a little bit depending on you. So if you get that scroll bar and move it all the way across, should have actually go up to your ellipse, sorry, your 3 dots on the top right of your browser.
3 dots.
Yep. And it should have a zoom there. Zoom out.
Zoom out.
Yep. Zoom out. I can't see behind. Oh, you're going the other way.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That's it. Beautiful. Keep going. Oh, perfect. Perfect. All right.
Okay.
We're in. All right. So if you scroll all the way back across, you'll see. So that's where the image that you would have selected. Then you've got your title and then your collection link. So these are all approved. So you don't immediately get approved if you submit your collection. And this is something that came out of some feedback from my community. Like, how do I know these are safe? If I'm a whitelister, I'm looking at these and I'm like, I want to know when it's minting. How do I know it's safe? Are they going to rug pull me? Well, like the reality is that you're never going to know whether somebody's going to rug pull you or not. But I've tried to do the best that I possibly could. So if you scroll up, you'll see if you hit the drop down on the is approved and then go to under review and then search. We should change up. Yeah, so the list will change up now, and you can actually see a couple of projects in there that I would not be approving. So I go through in the back end and I do an audio review. So of these projects and to why I would let them on or off the mint list. And I don't reject them. as such. I just don't approve them for the approved mint list. So you could go on to under is approved, it's no, it still exists, but just note that it's not endorsed by me. So there might be some things in there that I don't like about it, and I don't think it would benefit my community. So there are things like, you might see the top one there, support Ukraine. Like typically, yes, I would, but there are some red flags in these things. That's just my opinion. You could come on here and you could be like, I actually think it's beneficial.
Right.
That's essentially what it is. So what I might get you to do is go to is approved, yes, and then search. So that if you were to go to any one of these and click the collection title link. So maybe, yep. So this is sort of and this is something that you could use as your collection link if you liked, like as your profile link or something like that. And then if you scroll down on this page, you'll see here are my comments and who's ordered it. So it might take a bit of time to, so that's just why I approved it, and why you might want to be looking at this project. So that is essentially it. So that's Whitelistr. There are, if you want to go into the blog, I've got some another couple of blogs in there, and in the FAQs I've tried to build out as much as I possibly could. So we've got both of those. Yeah, so Daniel Layton, he was great as well. And then also I've got a blog about how to get whitelisted and things like that. So
nice.
The FAQs are built out a fair bit. So if you've got any issues, I would encourage you just to jump over there.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you so much. Super excited to have this. So yeah, I'm gonna drop this in the Facebook group, and it'll be a part of my online course, so everybody has this as an option.
You're amazing. Thank you so much, Tashina.
No problem.